What is up, Guardians? It's Mekabre, and we're back with yet another Destiny 2 video. Now, in today's video, we're just going to be covering all the weapons that have been shown to us up to this point. And, perhaps all of them that you see here, we don't have a lot of information on. Some of them, we can only guess the archetype that they may be, or whether or not they're energy or kinetic, while others, we have very clear evidence as to what it is in more detail. Now, I will cover the weapons that were in the trailer, the exotic weapons that were in that trailer, and a couple sneak peeks at a couple other weapons, but we'll cover that at the end. We'll watch it and we'll pause as we see fit. This is actually going to be covering and showcasing some pictures from this current week's TWAB and the week beforehand. Now, keep in mind, these weapons, like I said, some of them I might have an idea of and may suggest that it might be something like this, but none of this is set in stone, and don't take my word for any of it if a picture doesn't specifically show it. So keep that in mind. Before we do jump into the content, if you don't mind going down below, hitting that subscribe button and clicking on the thumbs up if you guys enjoy this content, that would be greatly appreciated. It takes you a moment to do, and it helps me out quite a bit. Let's jump into the first thing, and this is shown in one of the crafting trailers, sure, but we also have some direct pictures while crafting is being explained come to pass. It's a 360 auto rifle, and it is an energy auto rifle. Now, the reason we know it's energy is it has elements to it, on top of the fact that it can roll with Dragonfly, and Dragonfly weapons have to be in your energy slot. Or technically, I think, in your heavy, but it is 350. One thing we did see, and this is something I'll touch on with some of these weapons, with weapon crafting, we can change what element they are. It starts in the trailer and all that, and it shows it as arc, but then we have a picture very clearly showing off that it is solar. So kind of interesting. Come to pass, 360 auto rifle. Forensic Nightmare. It is a 600 or a precision frame SMG. It is stasis, so it's going to sit in that kinetic slot. And we can see right here that it can roll with headstone. That's amazing. Interested to see if we can change that 600 to something more like a 750. Additionally, both in one of this week's TWAB pictures and one of the previous weeks where we got a glimpse at some of the weapons, we see a rocket launcher. We have no clue what kind of frame it is. We don't know anything else about it, matter of fact, but we do see that there is a rocket launcher coming with this Witch Queen themed weapons. With that rocket launcher and similar picture, there's also a grenade launcher, not a breech loader. However, keep this in mind, it is a heavy grenade launcher, so kind of unique there. As we scroll down further in this week's TWAB, we get a nice picture showing off the 3 legendary glaives. Like I said, we'll touch on those later on. We have our new pursuit weapon. It is the Reckless Endangerment. It's coming in Season 16, and it has a new perk called Steady Hands and Snapshot. There's probably 2 other perks on this, as you can switch between them, but it is the Pursuit Shotgun that is coming with Season 16. Keep that in mind. Scroll down even further, we are getting some Foundry weapons back, and these are from the Year 1 sets, but there's going to be 3 weapons from Suros, Omelon, Hake, and Vice Foundries, plus 1 Foundry weapon for each Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible. So here we have a picture showing off 6 of the 12 weapons that are coming back. We have a Viced auto rifle. There is a Hake scout rifle, an Omelon pulse rifle, a Hake shotgun, and a Suros hand cannon, as well as a Suros sniper rifle. Kind of interesting. A lot of people are speculating as to what some of these are. I have my ideas here and there, but I'm not going to say yes or no to any of them in particular because I have no clue. Keep in mind, with these all coming back, they are going to now have random rolls. If they haven't already, this will be brand new, and it'll be the first time to experience some of favorite weapons, possibly that sniper, being a single clap, coming back with even better rolls. So definitely excited with that. The shotgun does look to be aggressive. An aggressive frame, the Viced auto rifle, possibly a rapid fire frame, if not an adaptive. The hand cannon is most definitely an adaptive frame. The sniper is either going to be an aggressive or an adaptive frame as seen there. The scout rifle and the pulse rifle I'm not 100% sure on. I believe the pulse rifle is adaptive, but do not quote me on that. These are some of the foundry weapons that are coming back. Scroll down just one picture below and we see some new foundry weapons that are coming to playlists. One for each, very, very easily seen. You have a slug shotgun for the Vanguard. You have a possibly another 140 hand cannon with the Crucible, and you have what looks to be a 360 auto rifle from Gambit. Now, the only reason I say this is the 360 auto rifle is because it looks very much like Halfdan. The hand cannon is similar to another Omelan hand cannon that is 140 that was previously in the game, and the slug shotgun, it looks like a slug shotgun. Now, the hope for some of these is perhaps that the slug shotgun is kinetic or that it's stasis. That would be very interesting, and we all hope that these have good perks as well. Now, that is all the weapons that were showcased in this week's TWAB, but three of the other weapons that were showcased in a previous TWAB that are worth mentioning and worth knowing going into this is Summoner. Summoner is making its return to Trials. Additionally, one new Trials weapon is returning with it. Is coming out with it. We have no clue what this weapon could be. Just keep that in mind. Summoner is a 600 RPM solar energy auto rifle for those curious. We know our two Nightfall weapons that are coming with Season 16, as that is Silicon Neuroma, the sniper rifle, as it is an aggressive frame that sits in the kinetic slot, and we have Duty Bound, an auto rifle, 600 RPM, that also sits in the kinetic slot. These are the two weapons that are returning with random rolls come Witch Queen. Now that is all of the weapons that have been referenced or pointed out in the TWABs. We do know that there's going to be legendary glaives, so you could count that as an additional one, but now it's time to transfer into the trailer. So, let's go watch it together and point out some things that I think are important.
What is the relic on Mars? The power to create your own weapons.
This is the auto rifle, the 360 auto rifle, as seen in this week's TWAB for those curious. Grand Overture. Grand Overture is a slug launcher. As we can see here, it may or may not have two different firing modes. We're not 100% sure on that, but it looks to be like a Cabal slug launcher. Very, very unique, very, very cool. This will be the Season Pass exotic. Keep that in mind. Next up, another heavy weapon, possibly. We don't know if Grand Overture is, but I think it will be. Parasite. It's a worm launcher with increasing damage. We don't know how this increasing damage works, whether it's more that are shot, whether it's something like full court. We're not 100% sure, but it's a grenade launcher that shoots a worm, so it is therefore the worm launcher. There's a bunch of other fun names about it, or with it, that the community has made already, but this is the second exotic showcased in this trailer. Osteo-Striga. The swarming projectiles trigger a toxic burst. This is the SMG that has been teased for a very long time now. It does appear to have thorn-like attributes, and we know that it is simply contained within the DLC. If you buy the DLC, there's a pack that has this SMG, similar to No Time to Explain with Beyond Light. Keep that in mind, but very, very cool. The first of the three glaives that are seen, and as I said earlier, these are class specific, but they're all exotic. The Titan Glaive, Edge of Action. This is placing a protective shield, essentially dropping a mini bubble. Next up is the Warlock Glaive, Edge of Intent. Deploy a healing turret, much like Lumina or Boots of the Assembler. It drops a little turret, essentially, that can go out and heal fellow Guardians. This is the third and final, the Hunter Glaive, Edge of Concurrence, Tracking Chain Lightning. Essentially, it shoots out a waveframe grenade launcher shot, and then it explodes and connects to just about everything in the area, and does a decent bit of damage, it appears. So one important thing to notice in these couple of scenes is the main thing they want you to see are the exotics being used in terms of armor. However, we're not here to look at armor right now, we're here to look at weapons. As you can see here, we have a hand cannon. It is an Iron Banner hand cannon, and it's going to take on the approach of a similar look to Reese Walker. However, some people are saying it's 140 and other people are saying it's 180. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below, but it is a new weapon. If we pause here another second, we have that Viced auto rifle, presumably the same one that was talked about earlier in this video. There's the glaive. Now, if you saw, they're each holding a weapon, and we'll get to that in a second. We think one's a pulse and one is an auto, but we're not 100% sure as to which they are. But may perhaps be some of the retired foundry weapons that are making a return. You can see the auto falling, and the pulse will be on the ground here, right there. Keep these in mind. There are two weapons that we now know of or have been seen recently, but we're not 100% sure which ones they are or aren't. There's Ostia Striga, Grand Overture, and Parasite, all going in to deal damage against Savathun. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. These are all the weapons that we currently know are coming to Destiny 2 with the launch of Witch Queen. Some of these may be obtained via quests, others may be obtained via crafting. We really aren't sure exactly where everything will come from yet, but keep that in mind. There's still plenty of more weapons to come. These are just a few that we know about. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember, go down, sub, and like. That would be greatly appreciated. Stick around. I got a lot of great content on the way. And with that, I got nothing else to say except for see you next time and get back to grinding, you crazy guardians.